Hello students, today we'll begin the second chapter, part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Thinking of the Shehnai, and the first thing you will probably imagine is a wedding or a similar occasion or a function. Next you would probably think of the name Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro playing his instrument. Now Shehnai was an instrument which was later on modified and developed by Ustad Bismillah Khan. So the chapter name itself says the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. The Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of musical instrument called the pungi. Pungi was an instrument, you might have seen it played by the snake charmers in the royal residency. It had a shrill, unpleasant sound, means the sound was very shrill, sharp. In fact, it used to emperor thought that it was hurting his ears. That's why he had banned it. Pungi became a generic name. Generic name means a name given to a class or a group of whole for reeded noisemakers. Reeded are the instruments which have reeds, means like flute, and these instruments where you have to blow air through it and there are specific holes at a specific distance. Few had thought that it would one day be revived, but when it was banned, it was revived again in future. The barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace, means they were allowed to go to the royal palace, decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. So there was a family of barber, they decided that they should actually tone, means make it more melodious of the pungi sound. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of those holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. So this was the pungi. Actually, he played the instrument before royalty, means before the royal kings, and everyone was impressed. So actually, from the pungi, it was modified again and made into a shehnai. The instrument, so different from pungi, had to be given a new name. So it was a new invention and it had to be given also a new name. We cannot give it the name pungi because it was something different. As the story goes, since it was first played in Shah's chamber and was played by a nai. In Hindi, the barber is called a nai, a barber who cuts the hair. In Hindi, it is called a nai, and it was played in Shah's chamber by a nai. So both these names were connected and the name of the instrument was given as Shehnai, was the name Shehnai. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious means which brings good fortune, and for this reason it is still played in temples and in an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. And still in North Indian the shehnai is played because it is considered auspicious, good thing to play during that time. In the past, the shehnai was part of Naubat, a traditional ensemble, means things here considered as a group. of 9 instruments found at royal court. Means it was one of the 9 instruments in the royal court which was allowed to be played. Till recently it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument into the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Previously it was played only in weddings and in temples, but then it was given the classical touch by Ustad Bismillah Khan. At the age of 5, now we begin the life of Bismillah Khan. At the age of when he was 5 years old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda. Do you understand by Gilli Danda? It is a game which is played by a long stick and there is a small portion of a stick and the children play with it. Gilli Danda near the pond in the ancient estate of Dumbrao in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaityas, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 125 grams kg. So when he used to play, he used to get the prize of 1.25 kg of a laddu. That is a sweet, we know. A prize given by the local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Now he has earned the name, the Bharat Ratna award. He has received the award which is the highest prestigious award. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather Rasul Bakhsh Khan was a Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur king's court. So means his father also played. His father Paigambar Bakhsh and other parental ancestors, parental means those belonging to the father's family, were also great Shehnai players. The young boy took to music early in life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal, that is to the maternal means belonging to the mother's family, uncle house in Banaras. That is, Banaras is now known as Varanasi. Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncle practice the Shehnai. So from the childhood he was very much fascinated when he was playing. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Bakhsh to the Vishnu temple at Banaras, where Bakhsh was employed to play the Shehnai. Means he started playing, practicing. Ali Bakhsh would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated. Captivated means totally attached, mesmerized for hours on the end. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instruments and would sit practicing throughout the day. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangala Maiya and the bank of Ganga. So he used to play at the bank of river Ganga near a temple. Because the young apprentice is a trainee who starts a new training, who is a fresh one. Favorite haunts means visit regularly where he could practice in solitude. Solitude means alone. The laddu that he received as a prize after playing. So he used to practice that near the bank of the river Ganga. The flowing water of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent. Improvise means it's the same meaning of invent. And invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of Shehnai. Means those were considered that these types of rags cannot be played on a Shehnai because they were very high pitch. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to Allahabad music conference. At the end of his recital, means when he played. At the end of his recital, Ustad Faiz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, these are his words, work hard and you shall make it. Means he had a confidence in the boy. He knew that one day, if he'll keep on practicing and working hard, he will really succeed. So he said that work hard and you shall make it. With the opening of All India Radio, that is the All India Radio, this is All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 became Bismillah's big break. That was his break, and through which he was well known throughout the country. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on a radio. So after that he was heard on the radio by millions of people in India. When India gained independence on 15th August in 1947, Bismillah became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. And when India was free, Bismillah Khan was the first one to greet on the radio by his playing of the Shehnai. He poured his heart out into the Rag Cafe from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave him famous Tryst with Destiny, the speech. So at that time you can understand, student, that there were no cell phones, no television. The only medium of correspondence and entertainment was the radio. So people had only radios to listen to the news, to any kind of information was or entertainment, or each and everything was delivered through the radio. And he was the first, and he was the one who, after the independence, was the first one who played on the All India Radio, and people throughout the country heard his Shehnai, and slowly he gained more and more popularity through this. We'll continue with the chapter again. Thank you.